Welcome to the Gospel Road. We are going to look at Psalm 104. It says, "Bless the Lord, O my soul. O Lord my God, you are very great. You are clothed with splendor and majesty, covering yourself with light as with a garment, stretching out the heavens like a tent. He lays the beams of his chambers on the waters. He makes the clouds his chariot. He rides on the wings of the wind. He makes his messengers winds, his ministers a flaming fire. He set the earth on its foundations, so that it should never be moved. You covered it with the deep as with a garment. The waters stood above the mountains. At your rebuke they fled. At the sound of your thunder they took flight. The mountains rose, the valleys sank down to the place that you appointed them. You set a boundary that may not pass, so that they might not again cover the earth. You make springs gush forth in the valleys. They flow between the hills. They give drink to every beast of the field. The wild donkeys quench their thirst. Besides them, the birds of the heavens dwell. They sing among the branches. From your lofty abode, you water the mountains. The earth is satisfied with the fruit of your work. You cause the grass to grow for the livestock and plants for man to cultivate, that may bring forth food from the earth, and wine to gladden the heart of man, oil to make his face shine, and bread to strengthen man's heart. The trees of the Lord are watered abundantly, the cedars of Lebanon that he planted, in them the birds build their nests. The stork has her home in the fir trees. The high mountains are the four wild goats, and rocks are a refuge for the rock badgers. He made the moon to mark the seasons. The sun knows its time for setting. You make darkness, and it is night. When all the beasts of the forest creep about, the young lions roar for prey, seeking for their food from God. When the sun rises, they steal away and lie down in their dens. Man goes out to his work and to his labor until evening. O Lord, how manifold are your works! In wisdom have you made them all. The earth is full of your creatures. Here is the sea, great and wide, which teems with creatures innumerable, living things both small and great. There go the ships and the Leviathan, which you formed to play in it. These all look to you to give their food in due season. When you give it to them, they gather it up. When you open your hand, they are filled with good things. When you hide your face, they are dismayed. When you take away their breath, they die and return to their dust. When you send forth your spirit, they are created, and you renew the face of the ground. May the glory of the Lord endure forever. May the Lord rejoice in his works. Who looks on earth and it trembles, who touches the mountains and they smoke. I will sing to the Lord as long as I live. I will sing praise to my God while I have being. May my meditation be pleasing to him, for I rejoice in the Lord. Let sinners consume from the earth, and let the wicked be no more. Bless the Lord, O my soul. Praise the Lord. Psalm 104, David writing about God, his splendor, his creation, what he was looking around, the animals, the land, the mountains, what God has done, saying that God is great. That's what he was saying. Giving him a belief, giving him something to believe in. And I remember talking many times to different friends and people over the years of how needing to have something to look towards, something to believe in, something that gives you that faith, that hope, something that gives you a reason to live, basically. Well, that's what David's talking about here, and everything that God has done. Which I'm going to go a little different today. And it's still going to be looking at what we're doing, but here's the question. How many times have you stopped? Yes, as I've said before, it's our job to be here to motivate, to encourage, to lift up, to build up one another, to help them get to the next level, to help them be better people, to help them do better personally and professionally. But when have you stopped? When have you taken a break? When have you looked around to see what is happening around you? You know, we call it vacation. Where have you gone on vacation? What have you done on vacation? Have you actually taken a vacation? Not even that. What do you do every day to pause for a moment and to just soak what's happening around you? You know, just walking outside and closing your eyes and breathing the air and listening to the birds. Of course, if it's cold outside, that's kind of hard. You know, us being in winter now. But just listening to nature and whatever it is there that kind of calms you and allows you to rest, to take a break. That's one part we need to remember. Not only do we need to be out there to encourage and to love one another and to build them up, but we need to take that time for ourselves. We need to take that personal time for meditation. We need to take that time to build us up. I was having a conversation earlier with a guy at the gym, and he didn't see my headphones in, and he said, I didn't even notice you had your headphones in. And I said, I always have my headphones in. And then he was talking about, he's thought about wearing headphones when he works out, but he doesn't. And I said, I always do. I said, now, what I'm listening to, probably not what the average person would be thinking of when a person's going for a run and lifting weights. I mean, most people I know, they've got the weightlifting music. They've got, you know, something really intense, something hard. I said, no, for me, I listen to praise and worship. I said, for me, my time working out is my time to decompress, my time to meditate, my time to think, to clear my mind of what's happening in life, in the world. I said, it's really funny because a lot of times my best ideas happen while I was at the gym, which is funny because, you know, they always say the best ideas happen, you know, on a bar napkin. Okay, at least that's how I've always been told, being in radio and broadcasting. But I know it's true because I know a lot of deals were created on a bar napkin. You know, in history, you can look through, you know, different things, the birth of companies, the buyout of companies, real estate deals. But for me, it just really opens a door for me. It's, again, taking that time that I need for myself to be able to have that connection with me, to have the connection for me being God. For me being Christ. That would be my connection, my spiritual connection. I'm not saying that that's how everybody believes, and that's okay. You know, I know when you're listening to this, that's where I'm leaning because, you know, I'm using the Bible to really come up and show you how you can have these stories to really make them personal for you. And I know many people that are friends of mine that are not real religious and are not really those who believe in God. They have a belief in a higher being, but they listen all the time. But that's okay. Because here again, it comes to what I said, that choice. We need to make that decision on our own of what we are going to believe. And it's funny because I have conversations with people that I grew up with in church and those that are very strong Christians. And I said, you know, the Bible says that if people decide not to believe, it's okay. And they about have a fit. But, you know, it doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter where your faith is. What I know is I need to be here for you. I need to love you. I need to have compassion for you. I need to help you, and I need to build you up. Whatever that is. That is my purpose. Because you have to choose where you're going to go. Just like I have to choose the path I'm going to take. I need to choose my own journey. It's not my job to choose others' journeys for them. Just like it's not your job to choose my journey for me. But what is important is that we're taking out the time for ourselves, that we are able to build ourselves up, that we're able to rejuvenate ourselves, to re-energize ourselves, to keep going after day after day after day. But we need to remember we have to do that. It doesn't matter where you are in your personal or professional journey. You have to have that time. Much different than having the vacation, taking the time during the year that you go and just kind of change your surroundings. I have to admit, for me, it's been a long time. But I do the best that I can do. I do what I can with what's around here. But then again, I have things that I do every day that kind of create that different reality for me. So I'm able to disconnect, clear my mind, figure out where that next step is going to be. That's what we need to be deciding what we're going to do and how we are going to do that and what you're going to do for your purpose to help others. So that's what David's talking about here. He's just looking at everything that's happening around, the mountains and the clouds and the beauty. So the question is, when have you taken that time? And any, life coach, motivational speaker, business coach, they're going to say, when have you taken that time? If you're going to be a leader, you have to have time for you as well as having time for others to help them. Take that time. Take that time to invest in yourself. Take that time to get a break. So not only can you be better for you, you can be better for those around you. Psalms 104 is what I was reading today. And as I always say, you need to read that and see where it touches you. See what it speaks to you. See what it says to you. Because again, we are all on our own journey. And where we're going to go, I don't know. I have the idea and I have the plan of where I'm going to go. I don't know where you're going to go. Because you have to make that decision. You have to decide what it is that you want to do and where it is that you want to go. Thank you for listening to The Gospel Road. Have a great day. God bless.